Austin. This is Alternamorphs. DnDB, the quiet year. We're fucking doing part 2 of the Epitomen. I'm going crazy. It's a good morning. Good morning.
So loud for such a quiet year.
Oh, yeah.
We better get it out now.
I mean, the real question is, though, is he muted? So is it Austin quiet
Does any
year?
of this
That's
matter?
a good question.
Just in case I didn't get the message across, we're playing the quiet year again. Part 2. Hey,
Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo. Look, let's think about this. Alex, do the thing. Who's up? If you didn't see the last one, you're gonna be fucking lost. Go back to the last one and then come.
Go
to
watch
this one.
that. We're diving right in.
And then you can watch the VOD of this after.
Yeah. Alex, I don't know if you have any kind of recap you want to do or anything, but if you don't, jump into it. If you do, then do it.
I'm just gonna jump into it because
Hell
there's no type of recap we can do. Everything may change. This is the quiet year, and Cory's card is the 7 of clubs. We have entered autumn now.
7
That's
of
what he
clubs.
said.
7
That was a
of
bad
clubs.
joke, and I said it was better.
Oh, that wasn't a bad joke. It just took me a second.
Don't let her lie to you. It was a bad joke.
Oh,
It was a fine joke.
we were there.
Remind me what the projects that are happening right now are.
So the projects that are happening right now is that we are working to. Let me double check this. I'm pretty sure we're working to replicate a seed pods and then working on the ability to plant trees that are actually capable of making the fruit that falls, because the smaller trees are only capable of one of those things.
Crystal splicing and making more.
Yeah, crystal splicing.
Making more hub trees.
Yes,
Cards.
more hub
Crystal
trees, and then the crystal splicing. I remember Austin got very excited about for weaponry purposes, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about
But yeah, we're working on being able to splice the different types of crystal that we found, because remember they have different properties, like the water crystals do something different than the crystals found in other places.
Okay, and then the tree thing was what?
The tree thing is taking those hub trees, the big trees that can have the fruits and the seed pods, like both of them, and being able to plant them somewhere other than just in this crevice. Because right now, remember, those large trees are the only ones that are able to reproduce and to provide fruit.
It's like this one tree in the center of all of this that gets like in the center of the big crevice in the ground that can plant other trees. The other trees just bear fruit.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I did remember that.
So we're trying to grow those somewhere else.
Okay.
And we got all these yellow vines trying to choke out the rest of trees.
The reason I have asked this thing is that the 7 of clubs is a project just isn't working out as expected.
Mm-hmm.
Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the project die. When it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. Or
Nice.
something goes foul and supplies are ruined at a new scarcity. So I can either hurt us with a scarcity, or I can fuck with one of these projects. I am going to say that the way the project isn't working out for the giant tree and finding a way to get things that bear fruit is what we realize is that there is, as we are looking at the tree and studying it and trying to find out what is happening here, someone is able to do some tests and basically learn about, the essence, which we have talked about, of being an abundance in the things that live here. There is more of it coming from this tree than others, than almost anything else on the planet. And what we find out is that there is a heart at the core of this tree that makes it able to do that. And the other things are simply not going to have that. What changes is that they decide to go ahead with this anyways.
Oh shit.
and they're going to cut into and kill the giant tree and split that heart into a few different pieces and plant those.
Ah!
Yeah.
So they're going to try to graft the giant tree rather than.
Mm-hmm. So it's going
wow.
It's going to kill the tree, and as I'm sure you can imagine, this is not going to go over well with everyone.
Yeah,
Contempt. I take contempt.
All right, he took it, so I won't. But yeah, I was gonna take contempt on behalf of people. Some people.
Yeah.
All the people.
On behalf of the Tressum.
So the song "How Bad Can I Be" from the Lorax starts playing in the background. So
I speak for the trees.
So that's what the project has changed to. Instead of finding a way to, or it's not that they've found a way. What has changed is the project has shifted to drilling into the center of the tree and ripping out the heart.
Okay. Whoa.
Well,
Wow.
shit.
You
Do you want to
wow.
mark that somehow on the map? You have control.
No, I'll mark it some way once the project finishes up. Which one of these is that one, by the way?
The bottom one is that project. The splicing one is the top one.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Nice, Cory. I like
Well
that.
then, I will reduce.
I
is
also
it reduce?
like it.
Do we only not reduce the project die on the project that you changed, or do we not reduce any project die?
When it says don't modify the project die, I did the thing you do.
Sorry.
It's fine. When it says don't modify the project die, I think what it was saying was like this isn't going to change how long the project takes.
Got it. So it still reduces. I see. Okay, fantastic. Then I will reduce both of them.
Yeah. So now when that one, I don't remember who is the one who started that project, but when it ends,
I think both of these were mine.
Okay. Well, now when it ends, I am the one who says what happens.
Fantastic. And now you may take an action. You can discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. A project.
Remind me the what happens with discussions and how we say these things.
With a discussion, you can either make a statement or ask a question. And if you ask the question, it goes around, and I don't believe you get to answer at the end, but if you make a statement, you say the first thing and everybody responds. It can only be 1 to 2 sentences, and we can't resolve anything.
Okay, so if I ask a question, I get to make a closing statement. If I make a statement, wait, which one is
the question is the closing statement. You're correct. It is the closing statement. If you just make a statement, then you start it and you don't get to weigh in again.
Okay, cool. I'm going to start a discussion, and I am going to speak on the behalf of the loggers, essentially.
Oh no.
And I'm going to say, all right, now I know this ain't popular. Not everyone's gonna like it, but this is necessary. We gotta move this tree around. We're killing it.
All right. Q, you would, I think, be up next in the rotation to respond.
Okay. Speaking on behalf of the Tressum, who rely on this tree to. Am I remembering correctly that the fruit feeds the dogs and then the dogs feed the Tressum? Yeah. Speaking on behalf of the Tressum.
Reminder though that the other trees bear fruit.
But
And they're not going to stop bearing fruit because of this. They just don't bear fruit that has seeds that can be replanted.
And the fruit from the big tree kills the sheepdog.
Yeah, it's toxic to the sheepdog. But it's part of the cycle that the Tressum were like using the sheepdog to break apart those seed pods.
Okay. Got you. So, yeah, just on behalf of the Tressum, we disagree. The ecology of this forest is too important. Killing this tree is going to be killing the forest because this is the only tree that can make more plants. Like it can make more trees.
All right. I will speak for the faction of the Epitomens that were already discussing leaving, and I think I just want to keep sowing discord. So they will say that we already thought we had to leave. Now we really fucking gotta go. And then Nate, you are up next.
I don't know who I would be representing.
Anyone you want.
Anyone at all. Or
It could be the gaunt. It could be the water.
I'm just
And
gonna.
remember-
Here's what I got. I got it. Here,
Okay.
here we go. As the drilling on the tree begins, it's less of a conversation, but a whole bunch of the sheepdogs just show up and make very sad noises
Oh,
and plaintive looks at the head loggerman.
gotcha.
I
and then
will
their
just-
shepherds go, "How'd you get out of the fucking forest? Get back!"
No, Cory. No, that's out of turn.
There's
But
still
they
wild
would
ones
say that.
for
Yeah,
sure.
there are still wild ones. I'm being a ding
I
dong.
think
Yeah.
we domesticated them all, actually. I believe we took the entire population. That's why the Tressum are starving. So there are
that's-
no wild
mhm.
ones.
So they did run all the
Tressum
way
let him
from-
out.
Okay, but hang on. Before we get into this, I'm kind of world building. Austin, I want you to say what your statement is, and then I have a reminder before we continue.
I feel like I feel like we created different ones and we all are playing them, but like I'm gonna speak on behalf of the Gaunt, and you're fools for focusing your efforts anywhere other than up there, and points to the big eye in the sky, and I'm gonna
I
take
love that.
another point of contempt for everybody. Well,
I love
I
that,
guess
Austin.
just one. Yeah.
Q, this is going to be your card. It's the 9 of clubs.
9 of clubs. Wow.
And
Okay.
While Q is looking that up, I just want to remind everybody that we all are actually in the game because we are the Ketrans that are playing and we have inserted ourselves into the game. So when we are holding discussion points and making statements, we can also speak on behalf of ourselves, the Ketrans.
Oh.
So we can literally talk to each other, and our
Yes.
statement can be, "Hey, can you fucking stop that?"
Yes, yeah, because we
Dude.
can nudge the world like they did. So yes,
That's
we can.
awesome. Dude, these Tressum are getting out of control. They're really mouthy. I'm fucking done. No. Sweet.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so here we go. My 9 of clubs is the community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early. Or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that had been previously overlooked. Now the two ideas that I could finish the tree killing drilling project early. But what I think I want to go with is the other one. They go out to explore the map more thoroughly and find a second hub tree at the other end of the giant crevasse crack.
Oh, cool.
There's a one big one, and then there's a slightly smaller one that had been growing. It's like the same size as the trees all around it currently, so it's not fully grown, but it is still a hub tree coming out of the crack rather than the area around.
So it's like deeper into the crevice.
It would be like if this is one end of the sorry, I'm not even pointing. Or you can see the mouse, can't you?
No, you
No,
have to
okay.
to make a mark.
Gotcha. So let me find color.
There
wait,
you
we
go.
can't see
Now
the
I can
mouse.
see your mouse. I apparently just flew you off the screen.
Oh, right on. So it would be like, so this if this is one end of the crack, and then there's like water waterfalling into the crevice here, all the way at the other end of the crevice in the ground, there's a second tree. So there's one at each end.
Okay. I think, if I remember correctly, that this is a wedge that was shattered off out of the planet. So it's not like it's a crevasse that has two pointed ends. This is the hard end of it, and then it just goes shearing off into the
mountains. So there's so the tree is growing more up the mountains rather than by the coast.
And then that it just kind of tapers down and then wedges out into the ocean because it gets so low. It's like just like a horizontal, or it's just a plane basically.
Right.
I guess you could have it like coming out of the side down into the wedge or something.
Absolutely. You can
there could be a tree like coming out of the mountain and you know.
I was also thinking, what if it was on the other side of the planet, where the other?
Because we don't know anything about that other side of the planet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep. Okay, I'm going to keep black, and then I'm just going to go. No, that's erase. Damn it. Paint this one.
Yep.
The brush tool, and then I'm just going to go. Oh, that's way too thick.
You're off control.
Okay, thanks.
That's what they said about me.
They would never.
So it's like it is a small tree that is not yet mature, whereas like this is a 100-year oak. For instance, this is like a 5-year-old tree, but it also has a heart at the center of it. Whereas
when you time skip an Ocarina of Time and the Great Dicker Tree is dead because the little one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So I just put ×2.
Gotcha. So it's not capable of the same level of,
it's not bearing fruit yet, but if cultivated and cared for and respected, then it will grow into a mighty hub tree.
Yeah, well, we've definitely or some of the members of this this world have definitely shown that they're not going to respect it.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to go ahead and reduce that project die by both of these. I'm going to show my card first, just so everybody knows that I'm not a terrible liar. I got the Ace of Clubs. And Q, you can now, take your action. Just discover something new.
Okay. Could you please remind me what the actions are?
Yep. You can discover something new. You can hold a discussion, or you can start a project.
Okay. I'd like to start a project that I think is going to take about 4 weeks. I think that there's a group of people from all of like these different societies that we've created. There's a group of mixed company that is going to start setting up environmental protections for this newly found hub tree. So it's like, okay, fine. Do what you must with they're going to try for both trees, but mostly they're focusing on this new tree. Like, hey, we need to keep this one alive.
So the project is to establish a conservationalist society, or like council.
Yeah, a conservationalist, like a ruling that nothing can fuck with this tree.
I see.
Basically, the law of the land.
The Crystal and Tree Protection Agency.
Yeah.
And you said 4 weeks on that one?
Yeah, because like in order to establish like a physical presence as well as a legal presence or a societal presence, to gather people and change people's minds and all that kind of stuff. I think 4 weeks for this kind of a campaign is appropriate.
Okay. Yeah. Do you guys all agree with that? 4 weeks seems appropriate.
4 weeks does sound appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could probably do it quicker, especially if they're like one of the trees that we already have is the heart tree that's getting fucked around with,
getting gutted.
Maybe they're in a hurry, so maybe maybe they cut some corners. I don't know.
I would say 4 weeks sounds good though, because you are having people like talk across communities and trying to get like different communities to come together on a common cause. Like they're
I guess it depends how
negotiations
far away it is.
have to go on with that. I don't know. Do what you want, Q. I think 4 weeks sounds fine.
Up to you, bro. I was just giving input. So
how dare you?
Tell you what, I think like going 4 weeks might be a bit much with this accelerated timeline that we have for these creatures, because this is all taking space over a year. Or time may move differently for them, so it's a year for us as the makers or whatever. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to you heard of Miles for sure. And
so is the drilling a project of itself, or is it happening, or what?
Yes.
The part of Cory's turn was to reestablish what one of these projects would be for.
So he will tell us what happens on
I see.
my turn next, unless I fuck with him.
I was gonna say you could fuck with it.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Oh yeah, I didn't read your card.
I did.
I did. All right, so I'll Q. Do you have anything else, or do you want to keep working on your project I set up there while I read my card?
You go right ahead. I'm gonna do 3 weeks here, and I'm done.
So mine is the community becomes obsessed with a single project. Which one? Why? Choose one. And then I say, if they decide to take more time to ensure that it is perfect, and I add 3 weeks, or they drop everything else to work on it and all other projects fail. And there's a lot of cool things I could do with this one. So,
That's
I
a good
think
card.
It's a good card. It is a good card. And
Are you going to allow this this crime against our world to occur, Alex? It's in your hands now.
All in your hands.
this is the most Elemist card here. Let's see, what do I want to do? Because there's so many cool things, and I could really focus in on a particular thing. But
Well, just remember, there's no turning back and no backing down.
yeah.
No turning back for you now.
Oh god damn! Of course, the one person that doesn't know the Animorphs theme song is the one. That
Okay. I think, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a little note out of the Chicago River Projects book.
Oh god, I've been waiting for this one to come up.
Have you?
I don't know what that means.
Same.
I think
Oddly enough, I do. Just kidding. I have no idea.
I think what happens is that, especially focusing in on like this sort of Elemist connection here, I'm going to go ahead and try to boost the thing that I see as good. I think that what happens is that we focus in on one project, all the other ones fail. And what happens is that Q's environmentalist people go ahead and like strap themselves around this tree and do the full conservationist thing and destroy the destruction of this tree. That also means that our crystal splicing project fails. So I'm going to go ahead and let me just reread really quick what that happens.
I actually, when I did that, I was like, I wonder if someone will draw a card that lets them fuck with this.
I did. So now I don't get to, I get to like normally reduce it. It didn't say that this project resolves right away. So Q, I'm going to reduce that by 1 week and just erase these other ones. Then Nate, I'm going to give you your card while I take my second action. You have
Fan-fucking-tastic.
6 of clubs to think about for a moment.
Wow.
And what I will do now, I'm not going to start a new project. The card doesn't specifically stop me from doing so, but that feels wrong after what I just did. So instead, I'm going to discover something new. And that discovery is going to be that in the initial, you guys remember that tree rot that I introduced a little while back?
Yeah, dog.
That is closing in on the original heart tree, I guess we're calling it. And so it's starting to show the trees around it having this rot, and it's creeping in. And we don't necessarily know if the main tree is infected yet, but we certainly might suspect it. So I'm going to add a little bit, more of black spotting on the trees around it. And maybe we see like one little root down here, maybe, that we may or may not notice. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that will be my turn, and I
draw the Tim Curry monster from Fern Gully.
Delicious.
Goo. Me go now?
Yes, Nate, it's on you.
All right, so the Six of Clubs states, introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community, or conflict flares up among community members, and as a result, a project fails. We're out of projects now, right?
We still have the conservationist one. They're still working on it. They just stopped the other projects.
Supposed to be immediately successful.
Nope. It just got focused in on that and made all the others
and everything. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well, I like that, and I don't want it to die. So I'm going to introduce a dark mystery among members of the community. There was a certain individual who was heading up the logging project, and he has a small sort of cabal of followers that made up that killed the Heart Tree project. One of the Tresem notices late one night as they're flitting around the forest that leader and several of his followers are in the crystalline forests, and they seem to be drinking from the poison vines.
Whoa!
Spooky.
Wow. It's a dark mystery, motherfuckers.
It is a dark mystery.
That is a
dark
mystery.
So some of the conservationists were drinking from the poison
Not the conservationists.
No,
the
loggers that needed to kill the tree.
Yeah, the loggers.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're drinking from the poison vines that feed off the crystalline trees.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is wild. All right, Nate, you have control of the screen if you want to try to mark it or do any sort of symbol, or we could just write it somewhere.
Where's my mouse? There we go. Hey,
if you want to put like a tiny red bad man in the forest.
I was going to give him little hoods and shit. I can't click it. There it goes.
Oh, it's just laggy.
I just want a little boy.
And while you're doing that, I will show Austin his card, the 5 of clubs.
And we're just going to have some little boys right here in the back. That's a head. We're going to just go with that.
Look at those creeps back there doing poison vine shit.
Okay, that's the shittiest drawing ever because my computer's super laggy. So we're just going to leave it there.
The rules state all drawings are good enough. That is in the rules.
I am stating.
You can't. It's against the rules.
Oh, fine. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. I would like to start a project. Okay. That's an acceptable thing for me to do. Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
One of the one of those the CTPA members, founding folk, has been toying with a concept that they're going to try to implement. They find a stand of young crystal trees that had been planted and were in the process of growing. And these things grow pretty fast. Yes, is that something that's been established? Okay.
They grow fast, and they can be they can kind of be led into the way that they're growing, which is how we make.
So he's taking that concept and building on it immensely, and see he's creating some complicated molds to make complex shapes and entrapping the trees in such a way that when they're done growing, they will be
a structure.
A specific, like bowls or spheres or bars or whatever.
Okay, so it's like easy to work with. Like a sapling, a crystal tree sapling. He puts a thing over it, and it just like pushes up against it and molds itself into the shape.
It fills out whatever this thing is, with the intent that eventually they can start building really, really complex shit out of these trees. So I
Actually
think
make
that
the interior of the deco tree.
or spaceships.
Oh
or
yeah, hell yeah.
whatever.
Who would
Components.
build a crystal
Gonna go
spaceship?
fight this shitty green moon.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Send some shit up there. So I think that the appropriate time for that project is the growing time from sapling to, established crystal tree. Not, it doesn't have to be a full on old Deku tree, but
We haven't decided what that
So-
specifically is. So you.
So
I'm
you
going to
decided,
give it a
huh?
full 6 weeks then.
Okay.
Wow.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
I'm going to give it
Yeah.
a good long time, but we'll know for sure. And at the end of that, it won't just be, oh, I made a ball. It's going to be like a chair.
Yeah, that's
like,
discovering
Good
like,
shit.
A month and a half is pretty. It is pretty fucking quick for a tree-like thing to grow. So I think that still makes sense. Yeah, with these being fast-growing, like even though that's the longest we can do for a project, that's still a pretty fast-growing tree.
It is the longest we can do for a project, but if we think a project will take longer, we can break it down into parts. So we can say this initial growing it into complex structures is part 1. And then part 2 is, can we build it into a structure that's big enough that we can like live in it or use it?
Right.
And that, like,
I
so we
mean,
can do that.
Nate gets to decide how it ends when it gets there, though. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, that's built in that you can
Yeah. Okay.
make it
Cool.
happen.
They've been already growing them together. Like
Yes,
they kind of
they
know
have.
already something about how to mold these trees together.
Uh,
So he's going the step further and saying, I think I can make complex shit.
Yeah, I could. It's funny that you say that. I work in CNM, cultivation and manufacturing, and
I think your little symbol for the project should be a little chair, Nate.
Oh,
That would
I
be
need to draw
awesome.
this too, don't I? Shit.
Yep, you do. Well, I
Um,
can help you if you need, but yes.
It might be easier, but I'm gonna. Where's color? Color down here. Me know
Nailed it.
how this work.
Yes.
Okay.
Learning Photoshop.
I work in acquisitions and mergers.
A&M.
Merging.
You ding dog. I knew exactly what you were saying.
That's a chair.
It's an excellent chair.
That is a good chair.
Yeah,
No,
it
that's
is.
Merging several saplings.
that's
That's a
Wow.
very that's
Hell
that's
yeah.
that's a good crystalline leaf chair.
What I want.
Absolutely.
It's got perspective and everything.
Oh, I don't color this yet, right?
Yep, you do. You color
I
in
do
your
color it, and then we erase it later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot about the sad dead sheepdog up there.
Yeah, the
Oh,
sad
yeah.
guy.
Oh.
And then I think the
Is
only
that
thing
him?
left
Oh,
to
little
do-
buddy.
Yeah, that was when we found out that was when
Yeah.
I made the discovery that they get sick from the fruit.
All right.
I'm just going to reduce the project die by 1 here for Q, because we did not do that. And then, Nate, anything else?
Should we establish where these trees are being farmed? Does that
No,
matter?
we don't need to
The
do
location.
We
Okay.
can
okay.
grow
That's
the
fine then.
smaller trees anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't know if we needed to draw farmland. That's all I was asking. I'm good then.
that. Farming.
Farming. All right,
Farming
Austin.
is hard work.
All right. So my card was the 5 of clubs. Click to start.
Let's have audio for you.
It was the 5 of clubs, and my 2 choices are: a small gang of marauders is making its way through the local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? And the other one is the parish arrives. Who are they? What have they chosen your community for, and for what? So I'm gonna go with the marauders one.
Motherfucker.
So, like, just cinematically how this happens is the big eye in the sky ignites. And one night, part of the community hears a noise that just fucking rattles them and stops them in their tracks. They can't move because the
Oh no, he died.
the pain is... I died!
No.
Oh, it's so funny. Austin just got stopped in his tracks.
Fuck!
Oh, no.
I'm back!
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
you're
yeah, you're
back.
back.
The last thing we heard you say was they got stopped in their tracks.
Yeah, so this blood-curdling howl, if you will, paralyzes these people, and they just get murdered. Like the Epitomen are now a scarcity, maybe. I don't know.
That would be killing a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
So you're saying
This is like a planet full of people.
a mysterious group of warriors appeared and started howling.
Yeah, they have all kinds of these weapons. They have these little claw things on their hands. The middle of their body is like a ball joint, and they can spin around. It looks like their skin is kind of lava-y.
Okay.
Big
I was making
Robin's
a joke,
egg
and you're
blue
like, no,
eyes.
it's fully that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like everyone's getting a reference that I'm not getting.
We are.
Yeah.
Sick.
And so, how many are there?
A dozen or so?
How many are there?
Not many.
5.
5. Wow.
Okay.
5 marauders.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Howling Marauders.
Howling
We'll come
Marauders.
up with some kind of name for them.
Yeah.
Marauders.
Yeah. They
Damn
have.
it, Cryac.
Listen to me.
Austin, you do have control too. I was worried it dropped when your internet,
Oh, okay.
but you got it.
I got it.
Listen, they're just silly kids playing around.
And while I'm drawing this, we can go ahead and do. I'm gonna hold a discussion.
Okay, Cory, I'm going to give you this real quick. The Queen of Clubs. So think about that while we are doing our discussion.
So after the attack, the Gaunt said, "I'm gonna ask a question. Do you believe us now?"
Cory, you have to be the first one to answer.
Okay. It was never that we didn't believe you. It wasn't a priority for us. Now it is.
Q?
Okay, so speaking as the one of the makers of this world, do we have too many balls in the air, or do we not have enough? That's my statement. Like, it's a rhetorical question. But yeah, like me to the rest of you, I'm not sure.
We can't resolve
We
it.
can't
So
respond.
that's all
Yeah.
you get. Yep.
Yeah, no. Like, I'm trying to clarify myself.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. But okay. Yeah. No. I'll leave it there then.
Okay. All right. I have to go next. Fuck. I think I will speak for one of the remaining Epitomens. And I'm gonna say, yeah, we believe you. What do we do next? And then hand it over to Nate.
I don't know what to say to this. Holy shit, that was scary.
Sorry, Austin, that was totally me. My bad.
Too much.
Okay, hang on. I got this.
Sorry, I'm just watching this drawing happen. Yeah, help. We need to raise our defenses. I don't know, something like that.
All right, is it back on
Austin?
me?
It's back on you.
Refocus your projects to weapons.
Have you not seen WWE? Chairs are weapons.
Chairs can be placed into airplanes, which can be turned into spaceships, which can be flown out into space, in order to fire weapons at big bad things in the sky.
Are those eyes?
Yeah.
That is the strangest shade of robin's egg blue I've ever seen.
Yeah. And Q, your project now resolves with the CPTA.
Wait a second.
So yeah, not only did they save this other. They have saved the sapling heart tree, but they have also made it so they've legislated it, I guess, in this society that the heart trees are off limits and must be protected. They're the only ones that they have, so nobody fuck with them anymore. Basically, it's like this is how we keep. This is how we are able to build society. This is how we are able to build structures. Only this tree can grow other trees, so fucking stop it.
Fucking knock it off.
Yeah. Stop. But yeah, so that's how it resolves.
Okay. Excellent.
And we need to reduce things.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll erase it. I just don't want to do what I did to Austin the first time and like
I'm done
hit
now.
the thing. And okay, great. Then I'm going to erase this guy and then reduce Nate's project.
So Austin, can you explain to me what your drawing is?
It's a head of a marauder.
Oh,
A
okay.
howling marauder.
You got big
Gotcha.
old red eyes and the mouth is
They
open.
are
So he's like,
okay. Are you just changing it to red for this?
Yeah, I mean, oh, the robin's egg. Yeah, right now they're red. These are a different breed.
Got it. Different breed.
That's the one difference.
Yes. Oh, the last thing after the howlers kill all the epitome in their eyes, turn around.
The what?
The epitome.
The who? No,
The
not them.
howlers.
Oh shit!
What's a howler?
Dumb.
He's
What are you
not
talking
howlers.
about, Austin?
They're
Lorem
marauders.
ipsum.
Or epitome.
Sorry, they're becoming a scarcity now. And I need to change my font size, but it's under the other controls. So give me a moment.
Give me your own
oh,
fucking
nope,
life
that's
if you're
not
not
what I was
careful.
doing. Well, what did we do this at? 60? Yeah, 60 looks about right-ish. Maybe 50. Whatever. It
Oh.
doesn't need to be exact.
it
Okay.
fits in the spot.
It fits in the slot that I needed it to. Okay. Cory,
Yeah,
what up, bruh?
Disease spreads through the community. Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project Dice are not reduced this week. Nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as a scarcity. Oof. I am going to say that after some of the people who were heading up the logging project come back from the forest, a different, like, people who had interacted with them start to notice and kind of start to pull together and realize that the same, like, purple rot that looks like it's going through the trees and encroaching in on the forest is appearing in spots on their arms and creeping up. So everyone gets quarantined, and anyone with purple spots is put together, and everyone else has to stay in their homes.
Now, is the rot showing up just on the secret cabal, or is it showing up on all the people around them?
It is showing up on anyone they have interacted with. We don't know. They don't know exactly what that looks like.
Okay.
You know, they don't know if it's sexually transmitted or if it's, you know,
So you've introduced a pandemic
A
to this
young
world.
adult.
possibly, but we'll see what happens. They could quarantine and everything could be fine, but yeah, no Project
We've
Dice.
seen how well that works.
No Project Dice go down this week.
There's one crazy epitomen who keeps telling everyone to just drink sheepdog paste.
Sheepdog.
Sheepdog paste is the consistency of toothpaste, so it can get through the air of this world.
Remind me how far, do we know how far into like the stratosphere or space the moon eye is? Like, is it in our atmosphere? Do we know?
We don't know. We just see this object in the sky.
Okay.
We don't. It could be huge and far away, or it could be just like slightly less huge and just floating above us.
So, in the obviously we can have people who have seen this, but I'm going to start a project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
In
let
the
me just cue his card just before you do that, just so he can look.
Okay, cool.
4 of clubs. Okay, go ahead.
Ooh, that's an interesting one for you to get right after what I got. I'm expecting some contempt on this one. Under the cover of this disease spreading, one might say it's why they drank this fluid. Some of the loggers steal away in the dead of night, and take their tools and set up a camp and go into the area where the smaller tree is, and they get to work extracting the heart from the smaller tree. Not the big one, the smaller one.
Contempt.
I take contempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is illegal.
Mm-hmm. It is. This is a small... This is... You know what? I'm going to ask you, Q. How much physical protection have they put around this tree? Any, or did they just deem it illegal?
Oh, I think that at this point they set up a physical proximity, so it's like they've posted guards.
Right, but we're all quarantined.
I feel like there would still be maybe like 1 or 2 guards posted, but just like distanced from one another. Like maybe doing like circular rounds, something like that, so they can keep away from each other. And
Okay, then I was going to have this be very short because it's, they know how to cut down shit and it's a smaller tree.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make it 2 weeks instead of 1 because they have to do it in shifts, and like in between watching out for the guards and stuff.
Gotcha.
So they're like going into it slowly. So this is a 2-week project is what I'm gonna do. Let's see. I need gray. Oh, that's too big. I want it smaller than that, please.
You want help making it smaller?
How I make it smaller, Alex?
It's just at the top. It's this.
Help me.
There you go.
125.
Okay.
That thing.
And you just can use the slider, or you can type in your preferred pixels if you know how many pixels. Big
It
you want.
need be small. That works.
So fine, so small, so tiny. This line. Look at it. Great detail.
Is that a saw?
Is saw.
Saw.
I love it.
Saw with saw handle.
I could tell by the teethers.
The
Yeah.
teethers.
Not seeing. Oh, there it is.
It's not very good, but it's mine.
No, I was looking on the map.
Beautiful.
My bad dots.
They're beautiful dots.
They're good enough.
Absolutely.
I love that. I was
Per
like,
the
I think
rules.
this is. I was like, I think that this is gonna make some contempt, and then I said it, and like 2 people were like, contempt.
Yeah, I absolutely can tell.
No.
Yep.
Very, very not okay. Very wrong. Bad.
Everyone's upset.
Bad.
All right,
That thing's
Cory.
gotta happen. Yeah, I'm done.
Q,
Cool.
what up?
So I had the 4 of clubs, and my options were the strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for their death? And I'm going to say the weakest amongst us dies. And they died of the disease, and they have fuck it, I'm gonna do strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Because I've got a better idea for that one. What caused the death was the disease, and
We should name this thing at this point.
the disease.
Yes.
Cory, do you
The
want
pox.
to name it? Okay.
The pox, cool.
The pox.
I
was
just don't
saying
think I
he
should name
invented
it.
it.
I
Well,
mean,
The dark bark.
You came up with it.
Dark
a lot of
bark.
the
You get the
dark
pox
bark.
from the dark bark.
That's funny.
Awesome. So the strongest amongst you dies. They died from the disease and the combination of they've tried to synthesize a cure or something from the poisonous vines. They've tried to take the poisonous vine and turn it into something that could kill the disease, using the bad to enforce the good, or to allow the good to flourish.
These motherfuckers trying to invent vaccines.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Nice.
It's more herbalistic than that, but they died from
Experiments.
the first run of this cure from the poisonous vine. They fucked it up, and the strongest person died,
Okay.
who is one of the let's say, we haven't brought them into the story for a while, so the Islanders, the floating isle people. Yeah, and I'd like to start a project.
Okay, I'm gonna
that's
flash
going-
my card real quick. just
Okay, go for it.
People know I'm not liars.
Oh, word.
King. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
So yeah, I would like to start a project. I think it's going to take about 4 weeks, and I think that is going to. The project is going to be trying to synthesize a cure that works. They're going into medical trials to use the poisonous properties to downgrade those enough and dilute it enough that it can kill the disease without killing the person.
So do the vaccine the right way. Is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, to not fuck it up. And that's gonna I'm gonna put it up there for 4 weeks.
Sweet.
I'm gonna.
I felt like I haven't commented on anything in like 10 minutes, and it's just because I've been sitting here thinking of shit.
Yeah, it's just like,
I
oh,
fucking
this would be
love
cool.
game. Yes.
I'm gonna keep the gray.
Austin, you have to comment though, because remember we have that accent clause where like we
Oh, yeah.
can't have too much Canadian or Southern. We gotta like seesaw it.
Well, god damn it, then we'll get on it. I'll just go ahead and
When
fill
did
it up right
when
now.
did VAR get in here?
Do what? Y'all talking about me? I really wish I could force a whistle when I do S's. I don't know how to do that. Because I
think you have
promise he
to-
does that.
Have a teeth configuration.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Which? Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I got buck teeth. I wish I could. That'd be cool. Anyways, all right. Q. Once you do this, is that everything you had? Do you want me to start?
That is everything.
Cool. Then we just need to reduce the project die on the other two projects.
All right, I can do that.
Okay. Cool. I'll start reading my cards then, since Q's gonna take care of it. So, a natural disaster strikes the area. Choose one. You focus on getting everyone to safety, remove an abundance and a project fails, or you focus on protecting your supplies and hard work at any cost. Several people die as a result. So, let's see.
I'm just going to tell you, I'm giving you contempt either way.
You dick.
So rude.
Well, I just figure there'll be people on both sides of it.
Yeah. Okay. So the floating island, the floating city, is all of our abundance of peoples that us as Ketrans have created to try and create different bodies and so on. I think
Isolated
the natural
microcosm.
an isolated microcosm. I think a natural disaster could be that this planet experiences some sort of tsunami and the floating city is mostly destroyed by this
Fuck.
vast wave. And
Oh, man.
many of the people on the island dies. And the people that are left there probably don't have any home to go back to. I will.
Damn.
So
I'm gonna go ahead and mark that.
She broke your city, Hugh.
I broke your city. It's gonna be in shambles. I'm gonna leave that much, and then go ahead and just make this like broken line where it's all destroyed. And then for reasons I'm unclear of, I'm gonna add a fire.
Yes.
I mean,
in the ocean. This
fire tracks.
We've discovered something.
Yo,
this water doesn't
it's
put
not
out
even
fire.
winter yet.
Yeah, how are we gonna get the fire out and it's not even winter?
You're a ding dong.
Question
That's not what I
every
was
firefighter
saying.
asks when they approach a burning building.
It's not even winter. What are we supposed to do?
Fuck, it's March. What am I?
Shit.
How are we supposed to prevent a fire?
I mean, this makes logical sense. When you dump a bunch of water on a boat, it catches on fire. I don't see what the concern is here. That's what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all seen it.
This'll help.
Yeah.
Somebody's stove.
Maybe they thought there's so much water we need to make a fire.
Maybe
it's gasoline.
Maybe there's some flammable substance inside the water.
Yes, fire crystals.
It could be.
It's hydrogen peroxide. This whole time.
Yeah, H2O2.
Yeah.
Hot. Fuck.
There's an abundance of oxygen on this planet.
Right.
I actually don't remember if hydrogen peroxide is flammable. I think it is.
We'll find out, I guess.
Who knows?
All right,
Will
first
we?
things first.
Next week.
Nate.
Yeah.
Guess
Oh.
what?
We on
The
a
Jack of
spade.
Spades.
And we are now
It's
in winter.
Burr.
And I'm going
Lord.
to, let me see. I'm going to hold a discussion, and I am going to start it with a statement. And my statement is going to be, there is nothing we can do to help the survivors of this disaster. And then Nate, you have to follow up.
Their ways are unknown to us, and we couldn't possibly know how to help them.
Austin?
I'm gonna speak as one of the Ketrin, and I'm gonna visit these people and say, there's always an option to help. I'll just leave it at that for right now.
God?
That's his thing.
Hello?
Cory, it's your turn.
We should not even consider them at all right now. There is an eyeball of death raining fire upon us.
Okay, Gaunt, we get it.
Q.
That was the
Now,
the gaunt, by the way.
yeah.
You heard of our Lord and Savior, giant eyeball in the sky?
Shitty moon.
So, as a Ketrin, I get to say something.
you could.
Could I in this moment affect something? Like, as a Ketrin, could I say, oh, the rest of this thing landed on a sandbar, so now they're just an island people? No, okay.
No.
All right. So as one of the people that's part of the crew of Epitomen that are working on like structuring objects, molding the trees into certain shapes, speaking as one of them, we need to redouble our efforts in order to, in order to create some kind of technology, in order to fight, in order to defend ourselves and to fight those that would come to harm us.
All right. And the last thing to do is, Cory, how does your SAW project resolve?
I'm so glad you asked. So they managed to, taking it in shifts and getting around the guards, they managed to extract the heart of this tree, which essentially withers as soon as they do that. And they get out of there. But as they're leaving, they realized after this tree withers that the ground that it was in, like, was rocky, and the soil was not rich, and this thing was thriving. And they realized that this can grow anywhere. So the way that this resolves is that they take the heart and they come to the rest of the community and say, who they're appalled, obviously. But they say, we were bitter, and we were going to take this, and we were going to do what we had originally planned with it. But we realized this can work. This can grow anywhere. We want to work with the Tressum to find a couple of brave ones who will probably die in the attempt to put it in the floating eye.
Well, shit.
Wow.
So that's how it resolves.
Okay.
They bring this heart, this seed, and say, we think this can grow out of it and overtake it. So that's what they bring forward.
Okay. Shit. That's going to be an interesting discussion later, or project, or whatever we decide to make that into.
There was a method behind my madness of destroying the tree.
Understood.
All right. Nate.
Nate has the Jack of Spades, which means we're in winter.
We are in winter.
And Jack of Spades says, an infected outsider arrives seeking amnesty. They have some much needed resources with them. Choose one. One is welcome them into the community, remove a scarcity, but also introduce an infection into the community. Or bar them from entry. What scarcity could they have addressed? How does its need become more dire this week?
Ooh.
I know it says introduce an infection, but I just want to heighten the pandemic, basically.
Okay. You want to accelerate the already ongoing infection.
Yeah. If it's
new variant,
it's already in here. I don't want to.
No, that makes sense. I like that.
I just rather use this. So this stranger appears, and he's dressed head to toe in yellow wrappings, and upon closer inspection, it's the hairy, like, husks of the poison vines. Like he's wrapped them around himself. He is clearly gaunt, but his body type is of an epitomen. So
he's much more thick and full.
He's
not like these tall hulking figures.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I think I just screwed up my microphone. I touched a cord.
It cut out for a second, but yeah, you're back.
Okay, it's back. Cool. Sorry. So he's, if I understand it correctly, the Gaunt are like shadow people, right? They're like, yeah, and the Epitomen are just normal
people. Yeah,
folks. Just regular people. Okay. So yeah, he's Epitomen in shape, but he's shadowy and kind of fading in and out of existence. When you can see his face, it's mottled, like it's got that rot on it, but it also looks like he's overcoming with the consumption. He's got consumption.
Consumption,
the black mist stuff.
Okay.
So he says that he wandered away from the village as a child and was lost, and got tangled up in poison vines, and as a result had developed some kind of immunity against. Somehow the poison vines seem to combat the rot, and
whoa!
The rot, when it goes deep enough and it seeks into the soil, begins to become the consumption. Like when it seeps into the land and the crystal trees enough, it like mixes with the essence of the planet, and it becomes this consumption. Something to do, maybe it mixes with the meat, the green moon juice, something. But he doesn't understand it fully. But so I want to remove poisonous plants as a scarcity, because he's going to start encouraging people to harvest them and make medicine with them, which if
Whoa!
So that can come with
it doesn't
good and bad.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're definitely, you should not eat them, but they can be distilled.
Right.
The crazy people that are just sucking on the vines are wrong.
Yeah.
They're doing it wrong, but they were onto something. So that's it. He's. I also want to give him a name, and he's just called the Yellow Nomad.
Okay.
The Yellow Nomad. Hell yeah.
This game like says that you shouldn't create characters or name things, but I think that sometimes it's good.
You can't play as them. You should create some people because it's all about like building, the world that you can play in. So you should have some.
Right.
You just cannot represent them
Got it.
throughout the game.
I
So the
imagine
Yellow Nomad.
The Yellow Nomad. I just kind of imagine him as a mythological savior figure.
Hey
10,000
Alex,
years in the future.
that's a proper noun. It's gonna hurt me. Can you please?
Can you? I want to be very specific that he insists that his name never be capitalized.
Fuck you.
It's a human.
It's a descriptor, not my name.
Yeah.
It's a descriptor.
In fact, if you can make them even smaller than
You're rude.
Is
You're rude,
there a
it's gonna hurt
step
me.
below lowercase?
Undercase. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Can you make them
Okay.
subscript? Subscript would be perfect.
Just the Y and just the N.
Just
are-
the Y and the
We can put it
That's what
This
anyway.
is
guys
all just
get.
pain for Cory.
Yeah.
This is instead
You
of
said
taking
that's what you
contempt,
guys
this is what I'm
get.
doing
This
because you
is-
killed a tree.
Okay. I killed a tree to save the world.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
At what
What?
cost?
A
What?
tree.
What do you guys want? What do you want? As
I've
far
made it too
as-
complicated. We're doing jokes, bud. You just
I
write
know,
it.
but
however.
how do you want it to be?
It's
That's fine.
perfect.
No,
Totally okay.
because nobody else has a problem with it except Cory. I think you should. I think you should capitalize.
I didn't assume his name was like the yellow
But it's his
capitalized no. I
title.
figured it's like
It's
Ben.
a title.
He
It's a
fucking
title.
Yeah,
A
it
title is
eventually
still
becomes
capitalized.
just like how Christ is capitalized.
You're all
and
heathens.
I never do.
With a capital H.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're
It's
all
fine.
heathens.
I don't even care. I don't
I
even
thought you meant the
Humor's
H in
different on this
Christ.
planet.
Like you were capitalizing the H in Christ. Like,
CH. That's a misspell.
yes, see.
I declare
A
that
thumb
this
war.
is how we do it as as the Ketrins.
So,
This is how I demand.
Far in the future, he's called the Lomad. I love it.
Can it be the Yeller Nomad?
The low mad.
I am the Lomad. I speak for the poison plant.
Okay.
We're gonna forget that he had yellow on him. Why is this guy coming in here hollering all the time? I don't.
I'm taking.
Cory just
I'm taking contempt. You motherfuckers.
Okay, hang on.
All right. Yes,
Hang on,
I like
hang on.
Lermad is an excellent name. We're gonna keep that.
Guys, we just replicated Dune. Okay, that's all we've done here. We've just like
Abundance. Don't forget the abundance of poison plants.
Yes. Okay, Austin, your card's gonna be the 4 spades. Spades 4.
Can
Spades 4.
There's no rule for this in the game, and I don't know how it would work. I want to make an argument that because this dude has appeared and is actively trying to push for the creation of medicine, that we should reduce that project by 2 dots instead of 1.
I think there would have to be a card that allowed that to happen.
Okay.
he
Yeah.
could absolutely be aiding in something that in that project.
Okay. That's
So yeah, right on.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe in the outcome, it's just a better outcome than before.
Yeah, it can affect the outcome. Yeah, that
That's
would
fine.
make sense.
That's fine. And then I could do what? I can discover a new thing. I could start a project, and I can. What was the other one? Have
Hold
a
a discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I should do something,
You should do something.
and I don't know what.
The world is your oyster.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, oysters. I think that one of the Tressum are the only shepherds of the sheepdogs, right? They don't.
No.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, they don't shepherd any anymore. The Epitomen are the shepherds of the sheepdog, and this is a sheepdog enclosure down here made of crystal trees.
Yeah, it's like it's a small park forest thing.
So one of the Epitomen like children who is tasked with shepherding reports that he has observed the sheepdogs doing stuff with tools, using like sticks for things, doing stuff that's smarter than they should be.
Okay, and it's specifically that they should not be able to do this and something has happened to them, or we're not clear.
It's like unusually intelligent.
Okay. Observed unusually intelligent behavior.
I am taking
like tool use. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
You're taking what?
All right.
I'm taking contempt.
Why?
Again? Okay.
Because I think some things should just be animals, and I want my dumb dogs to stay dumb dogs and happy.
The golden retrievers are so smart.
I want my dumb sheepdogs to be dumb sheepdogs and just play.
Right.
I mean, we can fuck with the world. That's what contempt is.
They're using sticks to push around balls, and it's still playing.
Okay. You can do stuff. You're allowed.
They just invented field hockey.
I just like the idea that, like,
playing with a seed.
Like, Ketrin Cory just took contempt against Ketrin Nate because Ketrin Nate underhandedly made these dogs more intelligent, and Ketrin Cory is pissed about it.
No!
Like, in my head, that's how this is going.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's 100% accurate.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And Nate, is that it?
That was it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we need to reduce projects.
I did.
Which I think you just did. Yep.
I think I did. Yes. Okay, Austin.
No, you didn't. Wink.
Don't gaslight me on stream, Q.
I don't even know what gaslighting is.
No one does.
What
Anyways,
is
Austin.
That's how you start.
We can talk about this later.
So my choices are: all of the animals and young children are crying and won't stop. Hold a discussion about this in addition to your regular action for this week. Hold a discussion. Oh, okay. A great atrocity is revealed. What is it? Who uncovers it? God, how I love to make children and animals cry, but
that's the one thing I've noticed the most about you.
Wow.
I've seen him full force, like, just big boot a child in the chest for getting too close.
Listen, Daxter had never made a sound in his life before he met Austin over the internet, and now he cries all the time, nonstop, except for now, where he's being a sweet baby.
If any of you were under 18, you would also be crying. So, a great atrocity is revealed. So one of the reasons it's kind of, there was a holdup in the antidote is because I'll just say they didn't have enough of, even though they could not weaponize the crystals or anything like that, they since they're growing them into structures and using them to build things, I like to think that they use them as tools too. So, whatever kind of tool they needed, they didn't have enough crystals to make the tools that they needed, so it slowed up the vaccine, and a lot of people died because of that.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the atrocity, is because people died because of it, because somebody was hoarding supplies that, or stealing supplies that they needed to make.
My mind's darker than yours, I guess. I thought the atrocity was going to be they ran out of tools and people had died, so they used their bones as tools.
Their bones are crystals.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. I was like, "Damn!"
The bones are white crystals.
But how this atrocity is revealed, is one of the groups that was on the ship that made it to the land, and the Gaunt were the ones stealing this, and a big explosion happens, and all these resources are lost to everybody, even the Gaunt and the people that he was working with. But it is revealed that they've been stealing resources and stuff.
One of the Gaunt was the one stealing resources?
One of the Gaunt, along with a group of the people that were on the ship, the survivors.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's terrible. And Cory,
it was an atrocity.
It was an atrocity.
Cory, take a look at the camera, Cory.
7 of a spade.
All right. And so, Austin.
Get my project or action.
Yes, you do. You do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna say that's the start of the project for. I kind of had this in mind, but now I don't know if I want to do it.
Why not?
Because it's something we kind of already did. I don't want to just bring it back in that way.
I mean,
Rope it back in, man.
Yeah, why not?
So some of these crystals are weaponized because we have like the blaster thing. We just don't have the splicing, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
We have a blaster. Is that what you said?
yeah, crystal.
Yeah.
It's a crystal blaster. So I forget what
Okay,
it's
cool.
called.
Yeah, I think that's all we called it. But yeah, that's the one that it shoots them with the shards of the crystal, but it also imbues whatever powers the crystal had into the victim that got shot.
Yeah.
So you'll take some damage, but also the blue crystal
remember
makes you
this,
have
yeah.
some healing.
So it's like
Yeah.
nothing happened.
Well, we hope that eventually the
made
dice rolls
The
for
most useless gun.
the healing bullet. We hope that it does more healing than it does damage.
It's
We
like
hope.
the Needler in Team Fortress 2 or whatever.
Needler and Halo.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong weapon
Explodes.
name. The one that the
Yeah.
doctor shoots, the syringe gun.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I don't have any. I'm trying to think of something. Now I had something, but now it's out the window. So
Sorry. Also, Crystal Blast, I'm pretty sure is like a Kool-Aid flavor from the 90s.
Wasn't it a Mountain Dew flavor?
I don't know. Probably.
Something from PepsiCo.
Something.
let's hold a discussion.
All right. Sure.
I don't want to.
I'll be the catcher again, and I'll ask a question.
Cory takes contempt at the concept of discussion. Hockey! No! Fuck that! I really like this game's mechanic for just taking contempt. Instead of any argument, it's just like, I take contempt.
Yeah.
And then it's done.
It's like,
Yep.
why? I want my
Why can't
dogs to
society
be
work like
dumb.
What dumb dogs? Dumb sheep boys.
It's like, hey, I take contempt. Here's why. All right, let's move on.
Yep.
Like, nothing changes. I just want you to know that I'm mad about that. And then we all
don't like
move
that.
on and have a good time. Like, why can't life work that way?
My question.
Damn.
My question will be: should we do something about this? Fuck! I don't want to keep doing something about that thing. Should we do something about this thing in the sky? My next turn will be better.
No, you're speaking for the Gaunt, and that's like the one thing on their mind. They're fucking terrified, so
No,
it totally makes sense.
This is the catcher. He's asking the other catcher.
Oh,
Oh,
shit, dude.
This,
Okay,
this just
right
got
on.
way
No,
more
this is a new
exciting.
angle on it. This is a brand new angle on it. It's like, all right, maybe we went a little bit too far with the eye in the sky. What's up, guys?
I think it just appeared.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
even-
at.
we didn't do that.
We didn't do it. He's asking if we should do something about it.
Yeah, because that would be a big move on the Ketron parts. This is a very interesting
Well,
discussion.
one of the Ketron placed it in the sky. He said it was a moon.
No.
It was a moon before, and then no.
It just appeared.
Mm.
It was I had talked about it being there as a weird green moon. I did specify we didn't put it here.
Oh, word. Okay, and then I'm the one who put an eyeball in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put an
Weird.
eyeball in our weird moon.
My weird sick green moon.
All right, Cory, you are first up to respond.
As a Ketron, should we do something about this eye in the moon? That was the question.
That was the question.
Okay, then Ketron Cory. Yeah, man. I got a seed. I'm gonna make a project. We're gonna put it in the fucking thing.
Yeah, bro.
That's my statement.
All
Yeah,
right,
who's
Q.
next? Okay,
Q,
me.
you are next.
Okay, Ketron Q, see that there are 2 projects about to complete, and those projects can be used in tandem. We have a seed to blast into the eye hole. We have
Alex is gonna cut you off.
hang on.
I'm sorry. It was just you made me laugh too hard to cut you off earlier. Okay.
We have a seed to plant in the eye. We have a cure for. We're working on a
You're
cure
really
for.
pushing it. You are really, really pushing it.
That's because I'm stumbling over myself.
I know, but you're pushing it, so you have to end it.
Seed, cure, and also on our way to spaceship with these 2 projects.
Right. Now it's my turn. And as Ketron Alex, I will say...
All right, that's enough. I'm just kidding.
All right, Nate.
I'm sorry, I was kidding. I was a
Go,
joke.
Go.
It was a joke. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Wow, Nate, way
another
to tell the
man
woman in the
silencing
group
a
to
woman.
be
I
quiet.
know. As I was saying it, I was like, this is not a good look.
Oh, man.
The woman and the
Sorry.
one running this game.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
Contempt.
Yeah, I take contempt on myself.
We give you
Oh,
contempt.
I agree we should do something about it, Nate.
I say we just build it a big chair and connect it to a bunch of electric stuff.
Did I get a closing statement?
Uh,
Yeah, you
Is that-
ask a
yeah,
question.
yeah, I think you can say
You're all fucking worthless.
Wow.
contempt against all.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. I am
you
worthless.
motherfucker. You asked if we should do something about it. My immediate response was, "Yeah, man, I got it."
In a
Yeah,
sarcastic.
like, I
fuck
agree
nugget.
too.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah, man, I fucking got it. Go back to your fucking hammock, you asshole.
Go back to your hammock, you asshole. Whoa. Oh boy, my head hurts.
Shit. I don't even draw nothing. I don't want to draw nothing. Keep
What were you gonna draw?
get
What were you gonna
blasted
draw?
off.
That we were useless, Austin?
An
How are you gonna
explosion.
represent via picture?
Just to draw a thumbs down symbol.
a thing that says DnDB Ketrins and then like the circle, the red circle around them with a line through it.
Oh, the
You have
Ghostbusters
control of
no
the
symbol.
screen.
Yeah.
Just the word contempt.
I'm getting that tattooed on me.
It's like the
I'm
bat.
up for it.
It's like the bat
Contempt.
signal, but it's just the word contempt written in the sky.
Contempt
Oh,
would
man.
work as job stoppers. It's 8 letters.
All right, Cory, I believe you are next.
Okay. I got the 7 of spades, which is, what is winter like in this area? How do community members react to the weather? It's fucking cold.
Big Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And end of turn. It's fucking cold.
It's fucking cold.
cold,
and
just so you
they
know.
do that. And they
I
do
love
that
it.
thing sometimes when they walk outside at the beginning of a day, trying to go about their shit, where they go, "Fuck, it's cold." That's how community members react to the weather.
All that anyone can talk about is how fucking freezing it is.
It's so fucking cold as shit.
But nobody can shiver.
Sucks. What?
Well,
Yeah.
that is an important adaptation, but we do have sheepdogs, dog sheep.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
have wool.
Yeah. No, they've got coats and stuff.
I imagine
So,
a sheepdog with a big fucking coat on. Like, not
Yeah,
a...
man. They are sheep dogs. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
No,
They're
a
big,
sheepdog
fluffy,
wearing a big fluffy coat.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
already
okay. Well, that's so extra and unneeded.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's the joke of it, Cory.
Yeah, yeah, Cory, that's the joke.
It's funny.
Can we explain it
see.
further? Because that makes it funnier.
Please do, yeah. Okay, so the some brave Tressum.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, from some brave Tressum who have been talked to and spoken amongst themselves. They are strong, they are large, and they are elders in their community have decided that they will ferry some people up with them, like on a essentially a saddle. Like these are larger variants to go towards the eye with this seed. And the some of the people from the as kind of penance for what they did and also wanting to make it right and make the world right, have agreed to go. Some of the logger people did who did this. They are outfitting themselves with a modified crystal blaster that they're putting the seed in, and they're trying to try and shoot it into the eye. And this is going to involve them flying up, getting close to it and doing it. They don't think they're going to survive this, but they are making all the preparations to be able to do it, because their theory is that once they get that heart of that tree in there, it will take root and then grow out of it. So that's what we're doing here. I think this project is going to take 4 weeks.
Okay.
Does that sound okay to everyone?
To modify an already existing weapon system and then like fly up there. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 4 weeks sounds good to me. Does anybody object?
No, sounds right.
So they're just gonna be able to fly to it. It's not out in space.
They can't tell.
Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe it would be a good idea to break that into 2 projects, like 2-week projects. So like modify the weapon, get up there and put it in the eye.
I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Because he can't add 2 projects right now.
Yeah, you can only add 1 at a time.
Yeah. It's all part of the same project, is getting together the necessary resources to go up.
I guess
so. Like,
yeah, I guess it's fine. My only thing is I was separating it into 2 different things. Like you're building the weapon and then you're going to use the weapon. But I guess it doesn't.
It'll resolve in the same amount of time.
Yeah. Unless someone breaks it, which
Austin's frozen.
Please
again.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
I wasn't freezing.
He's mad.
I don't think I was freezing. Oh well, no, it said my internet.
You definitely were.
Yeah.
You just sat really, really still.
Yeah, you didn't breathe.
So while Cory is going to add that to the project, Q, you have the 6 of spades.
6 of spades.
And Nate, your crystal project is going to resolve. Q's I'll get to you after. So. But
it's the heart of a crystal tree, so I'm going to do in Austin is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
We're doing a green heart.
Yay.
Sweet. All right, Nate, how does your project resolve?
It's not drawing. There it goes.
So right on schedule, our young farmer, entrepreneur, or whatever, goes out to his fields and starts removing molds, and he's got just a series of beautiful shapes. They work perfectly. They're still attached to the tree at the base, but that can be broken off by design. Like it sort of restricts the growth of the trunk so that it can be kind of snapped off. And then, in a matter of minutes, he's got all the tools and whatever he could use. Should we establish what exactly he grew?
Sure.
You can.
Because I'm not sure.
By the way,
okay, then we don't have to.
Shouldn't our things have resolved?
Oh yeah, at the end
before
of my
Nate's turn, at the end of Austin's turn. The 2 projects should be.
That's what we're resolving
That's
right
what
now.
we're doing.
So Nate's saying.
Oh, sorry. I thought Nate was taking his turn. It's my bad.
No. Your turn is next, Q.
Yeah.
Nate's resolving his project, then I'm going to ask you to resolve yours. It was just Nate's was. I read
My
it
bad.
in the English
I
way that we
misunderstood.
write things.
I got my wires crossed. It's
No,
all
you're
good.
you're good. You're good.
I take contempt.
Shit, dog. Me too.
Okay. Nate, do you want to establish that he knows what he grew, or do you want to establish that he grew tools and we will figure out later during the story what they are?
Yeah, I kind of want to just make it a scarcity almost, that there's a scarcity of these crystal tools to be defined. And now there's a much larger project to I don't know that we need to track it, but just like there's an ongoing. Now they're growing and making tools.
Okay.
Tools and chairs and furniture, items, whatever items, things.
Hell yeah.
If you can imagine it, you can make a mold of it. Then you can grow it out of crystal.
Okay. Cool. I will.
Okay,
add
so they're
that.
like making things out of like clay and then making a mold out of it and then putting that above a sapling, which they can then grow the tool naturally.
We've invented
yeah.
3D
small
crystal
items.
printing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Really, that's it. 3D pretty crystal stuff. Small stuff, you clamp it onto the ends of the branches, and the little things grow into it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, you snap them off.
That rules, dude.
Or you just make big things out of a tree.
Cool. I like it.
Stole this idea from Bruce Koval.
Thanks, Bruce.
Yeah.
Next time we'll have you on.
I wish. Childhood
All right.
hero.
Nate, is that everything with your project?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, if you want to literally write it as a scarcity, that's fine. I don't know.
I will.
I'm not supposed. I don't know if I'm supposed to create one like that, but.
Well, I can write down that we have those tools to track it. I mean, I'll track it story-wise too, but I will put it in there because now we can all use that resource. We just have to know that it takes time and it is not quite in abundance yet. Okay. And Q, how does your project resolve?
Well, with the help of the Lermad, they learn more than they could have ever hoped for. They learned that not only can this distilled and this distilled and purified version of the what do you call it? The vine secretions and stuff like that. The vine juice. Not only can that like be a cure for this stuff, it can also be used to ward it off. And like it turns the corruption or consumption or whatever we called it, it turns that into just like either if it's in the dust form, it turns it just back into soil sand. But if it is, for instance, the rot, it turns it back into crystalline living tissue. It reverses the effects. It's because they were able to like get blood from this dude who has built up a natural immunity to it for decades now.
So when the yellow nomad takes his bandages off, is he like yellow crystalline all over his skin? Like
I think that he looks kind of like okay, so you know how in Infinity War during the snap people started to like fade away. He looks like that constantly, like he's reconstituting and being destroyed. And yeah, there are some yellow crystals that are jutting out of his skin, kind of like not as much as like a pangolin scales, but like kind of like Doomsday. How he's got those rocks jutting out of his flesh. He's constantly in a form, like in states of being between like physical being and dust, like smoke being, and he has these yellow crystals popping out of him. That's when they take the wraps off of him. What's that?
Because he's gaunt. That makes sense. Like it.
Yeah, because he's originally gaunt and he's being healed and destroyed at the same time. So yeah, they're able to synthesize a cure from his blood, and it works better than they could have imagined. All right, so that's it. Poorly explained, but there it is. So are we on to my turn now?
Yep.
Okay,
if you're done,
cool.
It's on to your turn.
Awesome. So I had the 6 of spades, and the options are: the time has come to consolidate your efforts and your borders. Projects located outside of the settlement fail, and all remaining projects are reduced by 2 this week. Or someone finds a curious opportunity on the edge of the map. Start a project related to this discovery. I'm going to go with the curious opportunity. They find like all of the like crash landings and shit like that we've talked about before, like how different species have come to this planet. all of their ship was destroyed in the crash. At the edge of the map, they find an undiscovered, serviceable, repairable emergency landing ship. They find a starship that they can use the crystalline tools to repair and modify. So they are already on their way to being able to take the fight to this eye.
But that's already happening.
I think that if I
wait. There, like, how is that already happening? I'm sorry.
That's literally what
my
that's
Cory's,
what my project is.
Your project, okay.
Is attacking the eye.
Okay,
right.
But
sorry, go ahead, Alex.
I think if I can suggest something to change this, and you do not have to accept this, there is a small faction of the community that has been pushing just to leave. So they could be the ones that find the ship and just want to escape instead of using it for the eye. So we could have those two things living together, but because they are held by two different factions, Cory's faction is trying to solve it so they can stay on the planet, and maybe the people that are trying to escape can use the starship.
I was trying to essentially like bolster or like trying to create a secondary project that is a secondary thing attacking the eye.
Is that
if that works?
Is that interesting for the game? Like, if you think it is, then you go with it. But
I will also say you could, well, yeah, I do what you want, but like this project I have is literally the effort to get rid of the eye.
Okay, fair enough. So tell you what, I'll say that they still find a repairable ship, but we don't know what purpose repairing it is going to have later on. It's just something that's going to take time. I'd say like 4 weeks or so to fully repair this thing with like the crystalline technology that we have.
Okay.
In order to have it as a tool to be later used.
Okay. So your project is to repair this ship.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that started a project related to that discovery. I'm gonna draw a little UFO.
Oh,
can I make sorry, go ahead, Cory.
I was going to say that Alex or whoever should probably erase the ×2 up by that tree, because I did killed that.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll erase that here in a minute.
So can I make a small suggestion? Like maybe this emergency shuttle or whatever has a manual in it, and so that they can identify what parts they need, and then they can 3D print them out of crystal.
Yeah, for sure.
And
like story-wise, that'll work.
I like that you called it 3D printing. That's what their like forming thing is.
It's 100% like that's the correct description. It's not really 3D printing it, but it's like fully forming anything you want.
3D planting.
3D planting. Yes,
that's perfect. How do I take the opposite of contempt?
Joy.
Just
that's not in the manual.
It's innate.
I think it's called approval.
Oh,
and you just give a thumbs up.
Right. I was trying to say contempt backwards.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Backwards is very hard to knock. Yeah.
Oh shit.
What?
Your card.
Oh, I hadn't.
What is your card? What was it?
The 10 of spades.
Oh.
That's okay.
10 of spades.
There's still more to do in Q's turn, because that was Q's actual cards, and he still has his action.
My action is I want to start a discussion as I can't remember the name. We are like the players of this.
We're the Ketrins.
Ketrins. Okay, so my discussion is just like I want to propose a question.
Well, is it a question or a discussion? Because we have two different action sets to take.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask you guys a question then.
Okay.
You guys having fun?
as Ketrin Alex, I will respond. I was having a good time until Austin fucking went off on us and then handed over to Nate.
Never have fun with these games. They're very serious.
Austin?
No, I'm honestly fucked up. Like,
I hate all of this.
we put all these things on this planet. People have suffered so much. I don't know if we're built for this. We fucked up. A shadow people, a fucking flaming eye in the sky.
I'm not even gonna stop him. This is too good. Keep
Poison.
going.
My catcher dies of
contempt.
Yes.
Of fucking existential dread
Yeah.
for what he's done.
You cannot ask me
You
any more
got
questions. I am dead.
You're
All
a
right,
dumbass.
Corey,
Austin's
he's dead.
Ketrin just logged off the game.
I
Going for free flight.
Somebody mem him.
I'm having a great deal of fun. It brings me joy to cause my creations pain.
We know
Wow.
what you are,
A
motherfucker.
little dark
know
there,
who
Ketrin
you
Cory.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went the opposite end of Austin.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
And then I get one statement at the end.
Since you
I
you
ask
asked
a
questions,
question.
you get,
Okay.
Yep.
And
you
then
get
I'm
your
just
statement.
gonna reply to you guys. Okay. I didn't expect it to go there, but all right. Let's just go ahead and close this out and see how it turns out. I guess.
I do love that every time I'm hanging out with my friends and every time I'm talking to my friends about like stuff that we're doing. I do like to walk into a room with my friends there and I go, so the discussion that I would like to start now with this question is, and they're like, why do you do that? And I'm like, it's just how I talk. Is that not how everyone talks? You know, I'm not weird. You're weird.
They got no
how I
home
talk.
training.
Hop Dexter. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Q, are you good? Is that everything?
That's everything.
Okay, then let's talk about what I have to do. And that is, in preparation for the coming year, the community begins a huge undertaking. Start a project that will take at least 5 weeks to complete.
Wow.
And I don't get an or. I just got to do it. So, let's see. What
It's
project?
kind of rude to do to us in winter when the game could just stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, and after we've pulled about 4 or 5 cards already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably not going to complete, but hey, you never know. So, let's see. What huge project would I like to start? I would like to start figuring out what causes the Whispering Plains to be a translation and trying to digitize that or crystallize that in some way that we could use to communicate with everybody.
You want to make
That's
a fucking
really cool.
translator? That is cool.
Yeah.
Universal translator that
Yeah.
could potentially also just send your communication away to someone else's device.
Yep. This is going to look like the Wi-Fi symbol.
Yeah, Cloud.
I love it.
We're gonna call it a sing song.
We can call it a sing song. We can call it whatever. We call it Yak Back. It's a Yak Back.
Jesus Christ.
10 Austin points.
Yes.
That's a 90s reference.
Oh man, I got
and
the
a good
Offering
one.
Talk Boy.
Oh shit, Talk Boy.
I had a yak back.
Talk Boy's a little gender specific. But
Yeah.
it's good though. I like it. 5 points for that, just for that.
Oh,
There's about
okay, thank
15
you.
years there where all the cool stuff had boy at the end of it. You had Game Boys and, Walkman,
Tomboys, those were the coolest girls.
Playboy. Wait,
Yeah, wait.
Hmm.
We
No,
don't
that-
call them tomboys anymore. We just call them lesbians.
What?
Well, Corey.
Brutal.
Yeah, Corey, you're a
Yikes.
lesbian.
Corey,
Like,
like a
there's-
tomboy.
That's both
How
implying
is it
that
tomboy?
tomboys and
That's a good
lesbians are
point, Alex.
lesser in some way.
No, it doesn't.
Oh my goodness.
all
I'm
right.
gonna take the lesser of two evils and choose the 5 weeks to complete. Is that cool with everybody?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And let's see. Before I move on
As
to my
opposed
next
to
thing,
6, yeah.
Nate, that's gonna be your card. The 3 of spades.
Oh.
And I am going to.
should I do 5 weeks, or should I make sure that this project does not complete before the end of the game?
Should I guarantee that
Oh.
this does not complete?
Yeah.
What's up?
Nothing. I'm not gonna spoil anything for the next turn.
Yeah, I read it too.
Yeah.
I read it too, Austin. I was like, ooh.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to. I want to discover something new, but I want to make it really weird
Okay.
Yes.
and oddly specific, and a thing that I think only I would.
The
know
eye has a
and care
butthole.
about. No. I think what I want to discover is that within the project of making saddles for the flying cats that we have,
Yeah.
I think I want to discover that they have an extra or like a long elongated spine that wouldn't support like a regular saddle and like what they were thinking, so they have to make an entire rigging system and stay like in like the belly of these things, like
Nice.
just a super weird system that like maybe we can't even imagine what it would be, but they have
I
to
can
do
imagine
something
it.
wild. You can't just draw like a saddle on one of these things. It has to be like a system. So
I've also
like maybe
lived
2
Tenerife.
of them.
I can imagine it.
oh, you got to roam and ride these things
Yeah.
because you couldn't support it by. Oh, that's fucking cool. Yeah.
So it's like Aquaman on
Google
standing
that.
on the fucking
Yeah.
on the flying fish.
Exactly.
Also, if the eye had a butthole, it would be called a poople. Corey's taking contempt.
Yeah.
No, I'm canceling it out. That's fucking amazing.
You called it a what, Austin?
A poople. If the eye had a butthole, it would be called a poople.
Yeah.
Dark side.
That works on so many levels.
Dark Side of the Moon works too. Nice.
The pupil really is just a hole too. That's even better.
I hate all of you.
Yeah, me too. I
Why?
hate myself.
That's the most clever shit.
I take back what I said in that earlier discussion. I'm not having fun. This sucks.
I've done it. I've ruined it for everyone.
That was not me. I loved it.
Yeah, he said Nate's good. Nate's on my side too.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm so
I
serious.
got
All right.
so distracted. I
Now-
started a new post-it note of notes. Now I have half a post-it note. It's gonna be all off. This is
I know that. So you guys have to live in this hell with me here, because I just imagined an eye with the pupil shitting. That's what you've done to me in my
yeah.
brain.
It's like Cyclops.
Yeah.
Almost.
No, that's what was
Like
already
Cyclops.
When you pinch one off, you
His
blink.
power shit.
Just a beam.
Poop bean.
Cyclops, hit him with your duty beam.
Wait, Cyclops.
Yep.
Got it. All right. Boom.
Every time he
Okay.
cries, it's like diarrhea.
We've reached the we've reached the point where this
Another
is
one.
no longer funny to the audience. So I
Fuck
think
'em.
we're
No,
trying
I'm
You're
sorry.
wrong.
Not fuck up. I love
Oh
him.
man. All right.
Nate, what's up?
There's no one else.
Alex,
in
are you
the
done with your
chat
turn?
but Us right
Whatever.
now.
I am
We
done.
are the audience.
Oh man.
Did you you did a discussion or something?
That
or a
was the
project?
discovery of having to roam and ride the guys,
Oh,
and my
right.
card was
Sorry,
my
sorry,
project.
yes.
Yes. And
Cool.
I reduced the die, so we're all good.
Fucking A. All right. I had the 3 of spades, which gives us an or. Someone comes up with an ingenious solution to a big problem, and as a result, a project finishes early. What was their idea? Or someone comes up with a plan to ensure safety and comfort during the coldest months. Start a project related to this. And that sucks because I kind of wanted to do both.
Yeah.
But when it says project finishes early, does that mean it's done right now?
Yeah, you just choose one and it's good to go.
Is there a rule? I vaguely remember this from the first time. If a project finishes on somebody else's turn with a card, they get to describe the end of it?
The
Yeah.
person who made the
It would
project still
specify.
does it. Yeah,
It's-
it would specify. If
Oh.
you
Right.
if you take their project over, it says that you change the project
Okay.
and determines its outcome. If he
Yeah, it's
stop,
just
if
asking
he
me.
yeah,
what was
if he
the
made
idea?
one if he made one finish early, whoever made the project will still finish it. It just finishes faster.
Cool.
Okay. One quick question: does the settlement of the Epitomens have like a wall around it?
Sure. No. Maybe.
There is a fence that holds in the.
That's just for the sheepdogs.
Sheepdogs.
Those aren't. It's also not a fence. I did a fence to symbolize the idea of shepherding things. It is like a park.
We have enclosures.
It's like Central Park.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
No
I just
walls around.
I've had a sort of small idea brewing in my mind, but I can start a project anyway, so I can still do that little project, and I'm gonna finish a different one early. So the Wi-Fi, figuring out how to harness the power of the whistling fields, wheat plants to translate things and send messages. So someone who was originally assigned to the old crystal splicing project gets assigned to this new thing, and one of their first ideas is to try splicing some of the seeds from the wheat plants into a crystal, and what they end up growing are little crystalline like blades of grass, but they're stunted. They stop very short, and you can literally just put them in your ear, like an earring.
Wow!
Nice.
And it works
Crystal
like
Bluetooth.
perfectly.
Okay, so like they were trying to make some kind of device, and then they realized that just by slicing these things together, you can literally just put
grows little things, and when you snap one off, you can stick it in your ear, and it works perfectly.
Holy shit!
If someone else has one, so it's like a mic and
if someone else has one, then you can communicate through them too.
Yeah.
So they've basically invented
a
cell phone. Yeah, it's like a cell phone with international translator.
That's awesome.
Embedded in it. Yeah. So that finishes immediately. The second project, the project I'm going to start is to create a wall around the settlement, and the Epitomens, being a friendly folk, invite anyone else that wants to be a part of their community, their settlement, to join them. But because of the marauders and the consumption and the rot and everything else, they've decided they're going to try to close in a little bit.
Makes
so
sense.
They start building, just like they did for the sheepdogs, a sort of a wall, a fence,
just
of
crystal,
crystals, but they intentionally
enclosure.
seed the poisonous vines around it too. Ooh. To create a sort of barrier on two fronts.
Gotcha.
So that, I'm gonna say, is a 4-week cycle. I think they've done enough growing of the crystals now that they can probably grow them a little bit faster than they were.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and the way that, like, for instance, this over here underneath the gaunt that I made was like a food storage thing, and they'll grow together, and then the leaves on the top will also like merge together to make a roof. So like you could easily like set up slats like to make it grow into the shape of a wall and just go up.
Yeah, it's even further. It's going to go towards a dome. It's not going to fully.
Oh, cover. Okay, cool.
It won't totally close in,
but it'll go. Okay, cool.
Like it's just
so you made it like an
upside down nest
shape.
kind of. Yeah, it'll be still open in the middle, but
yeah,
that's the TMNT3 logo.
Hell yeah!
It was supposed to be a fence. I did my best.
It can be both.
For sure.
I like that when you put one little dot in these circles, it just looks like a series of eyes looking in every direction.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's out of control.
All right, cool. So we got sick cell phones, and
a wall project.
And a wall project.
A wall project, though. We're back down here at Cackmere.
All right.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Forget it. Forget I said anything.
And if they start towards the bottom of the map, it'll be the Southern Wall Project.
Yay. Boy.
So anyways, we only have 2 cards left at this point.
Oh,
you guys.
shit.
Oh, God. I really want the one that doesn't end because I know what it is.
Well, we're going to find out together.
Alex, I know that you have taken some cards out for time. Maybe you should put the rest of them in for winter.
We do have another hour.
Matter?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
I would rather have the extra time if we can today.
Yeah, and it doesn't super matter because it can still come up at any time.
Yeah.
They
I
are
know.
shuffled.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
okay.
Done.
The
Oh, that's the
queen.
Who is
Austin.
this?
This is
that-
Austin's
Is
turn.
that me?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't give it to you early because we had to find out together.
Can I give the good omen after the next card?
Nope.
There's only one card left, and listen, I'm not a card counter, but I do know what it is because there is only
Yeah.
one card left.
That's what I'm saying. We all know it's over.
all know.
I'm trying to do a little cinematic thing.
Austin,
I mean-
you are the DnDB GM. You may have both cards to end this.
Well, I don't decide anything with the king one, right?
You don't.
Right.
It ends. So you
Okay.
tell us how you want this to end.
So
Well, no, because
yeah, your project will finish because my turn will go.
yeah,
So go
my
ahead and
projects.
and
okay.
finish your project.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think it was going to happen this way, but this is fun, because I had an end in sight for this project. Okay, so they get everything together. They find they have to roam and ride and do this weird saddle thing. They go up with these Tressum, and they have this this gun. And when they get up there, they realize that this thing's like just outside the stratosphere. And what they realize is that the gun, like the modified gun that they made, is malfunctioning. It's not working. And it's not large, but it is huge, but it's not large in scale to the rest of it. This thing starts laughing at them, and they see that it has a mouth. And when they see that, this person who has backup from some other Tressum talks, and Epitomen's the logger, the guy who is heading up the logging project, has this heart of this tree, and on these Tressum, and he looks at those Tressum who look at him, and they have an understanding with each other, and they fly straight into the mouth and become consumed. And the best part about this is that they get that in there, and we've talked before about how the crystals help mitigate the feeling of the eye, so we know it has some kind of power to negate it.
Mhm.
And they're hoping that this will take seed in there and grow out of him. But with us at the end of the game, that doesn't happen immediately. We don't know if it worked.
So yeah, So I'm gonna take it if that's cool.
Take it.
This ship crashes into the eye. You hear the laughter turn to a scream, and
It wasn't a ship, by the way. It was just
Tressum.
people in Tressum getting eaten. They flew into the mouth.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not as far away as the moon. It's like a smaller body that's closer
Yeah.
to the
They go
the planet.
just outside of the atmosphere.
like
They
just
Iron
where
Man
it's
it.
uncomfortable to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they fly into this moon, fly into this eye, do their weapons, and yeah, the scream comes from the eye. Over time, I'll go ahead and say that the tree does start to sprout out because the eye is you defeated the eye in your grand scheme, but as the tree grows, eventually it causes these planets to come closer and closer together, or this dead body of this eye and this planet to come closer and closer together till they collide. But it doesn't destroy the planets; it merges them a little bit. So now it's kind of like two spheres that are very close together in space with little rock islands connecting them.
Oh wow.
All within the atmosphere.
That's cool as shit.
But when this happens, it does the planets colliding fucks a lot of things up. A lot of species die off. Really, the only thing left are the Tressum, the Gaunt, a few members of the species from the boat, and some sheepdog. Like that. Those are the people that are on this planet.
Oh, the Epitomens get completely wiped out.
No. The Epitomens are still here too. They
Oh,
are,
okay.
but they are very rare. They're the most rarest species on this.
Okay.
eventually the spaceship is repaired, and these beings achieve space travel. The good omen that I'll go ahead and give out is somewhere in the future in the galaxy, we see a container from some Epitomens. It houses a lot of these tools that were made. There are like star maps in this thing, and it's just floating, and we see it.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah. And
does it also have like some of the translators in it? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. It has a lot of shit from this planet.
Okay.
And as it's floating, right before the scene cuts out, we see a vertical ship with what looks like a saucer on top and a glass dome above it. And it's in front of the silhouette of like off in the distance, there's a small blue and green planet off in the distance.
Awesome.
And that's...
Is there also a small book clad in yellow leather? It's the good word of the Lermad.
Oh, yeah. There's documents in there, and they have those translation crystals. So
it's
we'll
wonderful.
See what happens. That's what I got.
I really like our world that we made here.
Yeah,
this is
so
pretty
do
good.
I, man. Like this was really, really interesting.
I also really like that, like, I put that weird green moon up there that made nighttime suck. And then Q turned it into a fucking creature that was preying on this world. And then the final act that we got to do in the world was
strike back
defeat that threat. Yeah.
I have one more question though.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if you are going to predict this one.
Oh, okay.
So the Capasons arrive. What happens, Austin?
We'll see. Well.
Oh no.
Some bats. So, yeah. I don't want to give it. We're gonna revisit this.
Yeah,
we'll revisit this.
Absolutely.
Damn it. You do predict my questions always. I don't like this. You know me too well. I'm going to start becoming a different person.
Then I won't like you anymore. So.
Yeah, I'll be sad.
I know. That's fine.
I'll have to live with you. Not live with you. I'll have to live with the idea of you.
Austin, you got to move into my house so that you can hate me, and I've got to become a different person.
Yep. Damn it.
Sorry, Scott.
Austin, he can live with us.
Yeah.
It's just another roommate.
Scott doesn't have to leave.
Yeah. We can have the.
Why are you trying to kick him out, Cory?
We're gonna stay upstairs. Alex is gonna have the downstairs. Me and Scott get the upstairs.
It'll get even messier and out of control.
It'll just be the 4 pigeons, and then Austin and Scott upstairs, and then I'll be in the basement like this, like. I don't know.
We're gonna train.
Punched over like a goblin, going. Yeah.
In my new creepy personality that I'm going to work on.
Awesome.
We're gonna train the pigeons to do show tunes.
Did you record all of our contempt, Alex?
I did. I am missing one, and that was Q. You took contempt for something, and I didn't record.
I didn't take contempt at all during this.
No?
I think I made a joke about it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, I have recorded your contempt.
Okay.
I mean,
how many
I have
contempt
been
points
recording...
have we taken total?
5? I think 5 is what I have written down.
How many
5
of them were from
scenarios.
me?
3?
That tracks. That seems right. I mean, we have been recording this, so I don't think that I took any kind of contempt, and if I did, I'm rescinding it now. It wasn't big enough of a deal for me to remember, so.
Yeah, I mean,
I took contempt at the tree thing.
I have
most
Austin
of my
Nate.
things were jokes, but
Oh shit!
well, some of them were.
What do we do anything with
Jokes
them?
are serious.
No,
we just tell each other.
They're just like Austin points. They're fun to
Hey,
have.
those are
They're fun to
very
have.
serious.
they're also very serious and fun to have.
Screw. Hey, we did it. We had fun playing this quiet here. Should we do like a sign off or something?
Sure.
Alex, go.
Oh,
One
you
who
can
answered
find
sure.
Austin at DnDB Pod.
No, do you. Do yourself.
I'm doing everybody,
All right.
and let's see if I get it right. That's what I decided because you handed the entire thing over to me, and I want all the cake now.
She's gone mad with power.
I have gone mad with power. They put me in control of this game, and now I'm the person to sign off. You find Austin at DnD Pod, or twitch.tv/CZDrop, where you are now, or on DnDpod.com.
It's DnD.
Whatever. DungeonsandDragonBeams.com.
Just search
Go
it.
ahead, find it there. You can find Nate. Fucking all over the internet is where you can find Nate. If you look up the Splintersmith or Twitter at SplintersmithNC for North Carolina. Right? I feel like I did it. I feel like I did great. He makes a bunch of great shit. Go buy his shit. Go look at his stuff. Go follow him on everything, and have a great time. And he's also on Twitch.tv/Splintersmith too. So there, you don't even have to leave the website you're on. Yeah, you were about to say it, but I said it because it's my show now. You can go ahead and find
What about that
Cory.
podcast we do, Alex?
We don't. Soup Salad Sandwich. We do a podcast called Soup Salad Sandwich where we talk about soups and salads and sandwich. Oh my God, Q's there too. Oh. So yeah, you can find out that space is a sauce. Spoilers. There you go.
France is a sandwich.
France is a sandwich. And Kentucky is the France of the U.S.
Yeah.
Inexplicably. All right.
I take contempt.
That's fine. It's not recognized.
Cory is there if you scream into a void. Sometimes the void screams back, and it comes in the form of Cory, who you can find on Twitter, I think mostly. At The Missing Room, am I right? Yes, I nailed it. I'm fucking killing it today, guys. I give myself points. And Q, who you can find all over the internet at Hello, This Is Q. And he's our producer on Soup Salad Sandwich. And you can find him on Twitter. And I think that's about it now, right?
Wait, no, I'm Rum Renegade on
Rum Renegade. So close. At Rum Renegade for Cory. At Hello, This Is Q for Q. And then finally, you can find me just on podcasts. I mean, Jesus Christ, what don't I have? I have Animorphs Anonymous. I have Soup Salad Sandwich. I have Horse Girls. I am on Cadmus 2 Crisis. This is a Superboy podcast. I'm on this one. So there's that. And that's how you can find me. Good luck.
Yeah.
Super.
Godspeed.
When you find her, grab her finger or something. I don't know.
Don't do that. No,
we gotta go.
The opposite.
We gotta get out of here.
Bye, everybody.
Remember, Capacins evolve into howlers.